Hi guys!
Hi!
Welcome to today's live stream here from Logosol Portable Sawmills in beautiful Härnösand, the high coast area of Sweden. If you want to know more about us, Logosol, and our products, you can find out more information by going to our webpage and go to logosol.com. And be sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel to be notified about new streams. Today we are going to discuss a bit about how to choose the correct sawmill and the sawmill that best suits your needs. If you do have some questions during the stream, we are sending live on both Facebook and YouTube, so write your questions or comments in the comment sections, and we'll try to answer them during the stream. So, 3 helpful tips for choosing the right sawmill.
Exciting. What?
Tip number 1. What will you be milling? Probably the first question that pops up, or perhaps the question that made you get into milling. You had something to mill. You got some wood, you got forest, or got some trees from a neighbor, or who knows. So first of all, what will you be milling? Looking in the Logosol product range of sawmills, we have sawmills that can take all these small logs up to the really huge logs. We have the big mill slabber that can slab logs up to 180 centimeters in diameter. We have the Bandsaw mills that can handle logs from 75 up to 100 centimeters in diameter. And we have the F2 Plus chainsaw mills that can handle 50 and 70 centimeters in diameter. And we have the timber jig, a very versatile equipment to attach to your chainsaw, and with that you can handle logs up to roughly 60 centimeters in diameter. And talking about length as well, since all our sawmills are modular, you can basically mill any length from the timber jig up to the big mill. So that's probably the first question, and as you see from the picture, we have very good information on our home pages to show you the kind of dimensions you can handle on our sawmills, both the chainsaw mills and the bandsaw mills. So that narrows the selection down a bit, I would say, depending on the sizes you are planning on milling. And helpful tip number 2. How will you be using the mill? Do you want to have a portable mill? Are you using it stationary? Are you going to have the sawmill out in the forest, or have it set up indoors perhaps? All those choices also narrows down the selection a bit. The timber jig are perhaps most versatile and easy to use and light equipment that's possible to transport in the back of your car. Take it anywhere. You can even take it on the plane if you want to go milling elsewhere. So truly portable in that sense. From our F2 and F2 Plus chainsaw mills, which are both portable since they are light. You can quite easily load them on a trailer and move them. You can have them stationary, outdoor, or under a roof like this. And the Bandsaw mills, with the trailer kit, you have the mobility, and without the trailer kit you can have them stationary for a stationary setup. So that also one thing that's important to take in consideration. Where will you be using your mill? How will it be used? So stationary, mobile, or perhaps both. The chainsaw mills from Logosol can tick all boxes.
Mm-hmm. Do you have electricity or not? It's
Exactly.
Also a question.
We have all our mills can be run with a petrol chainsaw or a petrol 4-stroke motor. Or we can have the electric option if you have that available. Also very good solution. Helpful tip number 3. How to expand the mill according to your needs. With Logosol's products, it's easy to have the sawmill grow with you. So starting out with the Logosol product, if it's a chainsaw mill, a timber jig, a big mill, or a bandsaw mills, it's easy to expand the mill based on what you are using it for. All of the mills can be extended if you, for example, start out by milling shorter logs. Thanks to the modular design, it's easy to extend the chainsaw mills, the timber jig and the guide rail package, the bandsaw mills, and even the big mill with the guide rail kits. It's also we're also offering a lot of accessories to increase the efficiency on your sawmill. If you have an F2 or an F2 Plus, for example, we have the electric chainsaw mills as an upgrade. Yeah. We have the automatic feeder as an upgrade, and so on. And the bandsaw mills, starting from the all manual bandsaw mills, it's super easy to expand, add on the manual log handling kit, for example, or the hydraulic log handling kit, and not to mention the log molders. We have log molders, the LM410 that fits all our bandsaw mills. We have the log molder that fits the chainsaw mills we have here in the back as well. So I think that's perhaps the most important one, to know that when you make this deal to purchase your first or perhaps second sawmill, if you choose Logosol, you can always expand your business and your milling
equipment.
Milling equipment later. So that's 3 helpful tips here from Logosol Portable Sawmills. And if you need help deciding, we are here for you. You can contact us by calling us or get in contact with one of our dealers worldwide. Just head over to logosol.com and choose your country in the drop-down list, and you will find out if we have a dealer in your country. Or you can send us an email directly at info@logosol.com. or give us a call here in Härnösand. We're happy when you reach out and call us. +46 611 18285.
Great.
Do you have anything to add?
No, not at the moment.
We always offer personal service.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are a great crew of sales reps here in Sweden, happy to take your call or your email and to help you out in your milling business, or if you're milling as a hobbyist as well. I was trying to find the word milling. It's like an experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to mill. It is.
Once you start, you can't stop.
You can't stop, exactly. So maybe I'll get that word later.
Yeah.
So, but let's we can see if we have some questions already.
Hi, could you please talk a little bit about the main differences between B751 and B751 Pro? Also, how many square meters of wood is it possible to saw? 8 hours a day, for an example. Thank you.
We'll go into the Bandsaw mills just a bit later in the live stream.
Yeah.
If you just hang out there for a few more minutes. So let's start by checking out our smallest, but it's not so small, but most versatile chainsaw mill attachment, the timber jig with guide rail package. The timber jig is an easy to use jig that you attach to your chainsaw, or perhaps you attach the chainsaw to the jig. I don't know. It attaches on the guide bar bolts, and with this easy attachment you can use your chainsaw to mill your own lumber. We also have a guide rail package that makes the timber jig even easier to use. You just bolt the guide rail holders to each end of the log, and with a few simple steps you can mill your own cant and then start making planks and boards. It comes with these fixed steps, it's rods to set the height, and we have the attachments that can swivel in 90-degree movements, so it's very easy to get a squared cant. The guide rails come in, the standard setup is 3 meters, but it can of course be extended so that you can use the length that you prefer. So that's short about the timber jig and guide rail package. Now it's time for a movie from a customer with a chainsaw mill from Logosol.
Jag heter Peter Degerfeldt. Vi är ju i Hallsta, 5 kilometer innan Ånge, öster om Ånge. Så jag har köpt mig en gammalt stall här som jag precis flyttade in i höstas. Så tänkte jag ha det bara lite som sommarställe, men nu har min dotter flyttat upp så nu har det varit på riktigt. Så nu ska det bli toalett och året runt boende. Och sen har jag jobbat som ljudtekniker i massa år och då är ju Stockholm bra ställe att bo på. Så då har jag gjort det tills nyss. Då drog jag ur pluggen och drog norrut. Så då är det ju kanon att kunna bo här i Ånge och stå och såga och mysa och fiska och greja när man inte är på turné och jobbar eller vad man nu gör som tekniker. Jag har mycket asp och jag bor ju på en udde så att jag bor ju på Aspudden kan man säga. Aspuddens vildmarkspanel kan man ju säga att det blir till slut. Det blir nya firmanamnet. Peter Degerfeldt ljud och vildmarkspanel AB. Jag har ingen skog, men hittills har grannar och kompisar behövt ta ner något träd här och lite träd där och det räcker liksom. Om man ids och kan ta ner och hämta hem det. Mitt nya hus här med toa och sovrum till min dotter och så blir det furugolv då, kilsågat. Som jag på något sätt ska göra oklart exakt. Det var någon som sa det, att man får ut mest av stocken. Maximalt, så det är väl en gammal grej. Man ser de här riktigt gamla husen. Ja, det hade jag inte tänkt på förrän någon sa det. Att man liksom kantar det så snålt det går helt enkelt. Så får man ju lägga varannan då. Ett teorin på planen. Det är ju det. Ja, det får man lära sig. Såga är ju inte så fruktat komplicerat tycker jag. Det är ju bara gasa sig glad ut och göra några hack. 8 och en för kedjan. Pick. Så att det är ju roligt då. Allt är ju relativt. Om man ska bygga ut ett litet hus så kanske det inte är ett stor kostnad i sammanhanget ändå. Och så spar man ju igen något tusenlapp här och där på det man gör själv också. Plus att det är roligt. Plus att man får unika, breda, coola grejer och sådär.
So that was from Swedish customer Peter Degerfeldt. And as you perhaps noted, he actually didn't own any forest of his own. He actually got logs, trees from friends and neighbors. And that was enough for him to purchase his own chainsaw mill. So yeah. That's kind of interesting, and I know we have more customers that actually take care of trees for others. So it's not always necessary to have your own forest if you want to own a chainsaw mill or a bandsaw mill. So the F2 and F2 Plus chainsaw mills, we have two models, and basically the big difference is the log dimensions they can handle. We have the F2 that can handle logs up to 50 centimeters in diameter, and we have the F2 Plus that handles log up to 70 centimeters in diameter. They both come as standard length 4 meters, so you can mill logs up to 3.7 meters. Another difference is actually the F2 Plus, which we have here, is actually quite easy to move if you take it apart. You can actually take it apart with the guide rail assembled and already set up, and then take the log lifters apart as well. So if you have, not that much space, or you need to move the sawmill to another location a few times, it's quite easy to just remove the assembled guide rails and the log lifters by themselves. The F2 is also quite portable, but in that case you need to take apart the guide rail and you need to set it up again. So it takes a bit more time if you want to move that. But also a perfect thing about that. They are quite light, still durable, and they can handle logs up to 1,200 kilos. So don't be discouraged by the light weight. They are made in aluminium, so they can stand outside. They can handle the elements. They weigh about 60 kilos, so they're quite easy to lift and move, put them on a trailer and take them to somewhere else and use them there. The F2 Plus and the F2 can both have the electric chainsaw as an option, but they always come with the chainsaw carriage. So if you have a chainsaw already, you can use that on the chainsaw mill, or you can get a really powerful chainsaw with the purchase of your chainsaw mill from Logosol.
So this is the standard carriage?
It's always included with the F2 and the F2 Plus. And then you can add the crank feed
here
and the bar nose support as accessories. And you can of course extend the sawmill to handle logs up to 10, 12, 14 meters. You can mill really long logs on the F2 or F2 Plus with extensions. So let's make a cut with the F2 and the electric chainsaw, the ES8, with the remote crank drive.
Thank
Ta-da!
you. What a beautiful log.
Yeah.
A plank.
The surface that you get when milling a board with a proper ripping chain and the Logosol sawmill is so nice. It's super smooth, and I would say that it's even better than a board that's milled with the Bandsaw mill. As you can see here, the surface is really smooth and nice. This chain really does a good job in leaving a smooth surface behind.
And as you can see, it's no problem to mill in the wintertime.
No, I mean this log is frozen, and as you can see, we still have some ice on the side of it. So we were even cutting ice. And in general, a chainsaw mill gives a really straight cut. These chains together with the guide bar gives you a super straight cut. And if you have experience with the chainsaws from before, the chain is easy to maintain if you have the knowledge already. So that was all from the short chainsaw mill introduction. So let's have a look at the movie from our customer Ferris Swan.
I'm Ferris Swan. I'm living in Vansbro in Dalarna in Sweden, and I'm a professional timber sport athlete. Steel timber sport is an action sport, and it's really much going on. To explain it pretty simple, it's you chop with an axe or saw with a big hand saw or a chainsaw. My goal is, of course, to be the world champion one day, and that's have been the goal from the first day when I quit my job. Yeah, we had a pretty big competition in Munich this year, and that's the first big competition this season because of the COVID-19, and it went really good. My feeling was awesome through the whole day, and everything was where it should be, so I won the whole competition. I have my Instagram account. You can follow me on Instagram, and the name is Ferris. So there I publish everything about the sport and the competitions and pretty much training also. In our family we have pretty much forest, so we want to use all the fallen trees and yeah, maybe cut some special trees and to saw in this sawmill so we can get wood to do some special stuff. Our next project with the sawmill here is we're doing a cabin. So we're gonna saw pretty much special lengths and everything we want.
As you perhaps noted, Ferris is using a B751 Pro that he's very happy with. Logosol have 3 different bandsaw mills. We have the B751, the B751 Pro, and the B1001. And the main differences between the B751 and the Pro and the B1001 are the log dimensions they can handle. B751 up to 75 centimeters in diameter, and the B1001 up to 1 meter in diameter, which is really huge. And a board width of up to 85 centimeters. The B751 differs from the B751 Pro in that sense that the Pro has the same rails as the B1001. So a more heavy-duty, sturdy rail system, which gives us the possibility to expand and to add on accessories on the B751 Pro that we're not able to do on the B751. They share the same saw head, so the B751 has the same high quality and nice features that you see on all of our bandsaw mills. The rail is a bit simpler, and you're not able to add as many accessories on the B751. Since we're using the same rails on the 751 Pro and the 1001, we can use basically the same accessories. We have the manual log handling, the manual hydraulic toe boards, and we have the hydraulic kit and the smart set. They can all be used on the Pro and the 1001. But still, the B751 is a really good mill. High quality and gives you a great result since we have the same blade guide roller system that are adjustable in all ways. The same good lifting system with chains, which gives you an accurate height adjustments, and we have the height adjustment in fixed steps to give you the same precision, the exact same dimension over and over and over again. Yeah, they all come with different motor options. We have electric motor options, 4, 8, and 12 kilowatt. We have petrol motor options from 13 horsepower, 15, 18, and 23 horsepower motors. Let's take it for a spin.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Great.
Nice, smooth cut, like cutting through butter. So that was the Bandsaw mill demo. We had a question, not just only about the differences, but about how much you can produce. And that's really a hard question to answer, because it depends. It depends on what you are milling. Let's say you're just doing squared beams. Then you can do a lot of cubic meters in one day. And if you're doing boards, when you make more cuts per log, you do less. So it's really difficult to say. You can do between 3 up to 10 cubic meters in a day, depending on what you are milling and if you're alone milling or if you perhaps have another person helping you. So a difficult question. So it depends a bit more what you are doing and how many people that's using the sawmill and helping out, of course. The quicker you get the boards away from the log, the quicker you can get to the next cut. But with the ease of use of the Logosol bandsaw mills, you can go really fast from one cut to another. Sorry. With the help of the last cut indicator and the easy to use and easy to read scale, easy to understand as well. It's really fast and you don't have to think that much between each cut. And you can even use the scale as a built-in ruler, so you don't have to measure on the log all the time. So if you have a plan for what you're doing with the log, it's super fast to mill it up into those desired dimensions, and with the help of the very good scales and the easy to use bandsaw mill.
Yeah.
Basically.
And this is something we get a lot of feedback about, positive feedback.
Yeah. And I mentioned the motor options.
It's time for another film, I think.
Yes, we have a film from Gothenburg.
Jag heter Johan Svensson och representerar en arbetsmarknadsavdelning där vi hjälper människor i arbetsrehabiliterande åtgärder som har svårt att etablera sig på arbetsmarknaden. Vi befinner oss nu på Park och Naturs anläggning i Göteborg på Gullbergstrandsgatan. Vi gör allting som har med snickeri, svets, smide, mindre reparationer av bilar, maskiner, motorsågar och sådana saker. Just här på den delen som vi kallar för Holmen. Idag har vi haft den äran, få förunnat, att få såga upp en fantastisk ek som för några veckor sedan blåste ner. Tyvärr får vi säga, i Slottsskogen. Trädet såg dagens ljus första gången 1711. Vilket är ju en imponerande ålder. Så att vi är 165 år före Slottsskogen grundades. Den har vi sågat upp med den helt magnifika sågen från Logosol. En Big Mill. Och det är ju med en stor motorsåg och ett 84 tums svärd och en med 66 tum. Och ett helt svindlande resultat. Och såga upp den till plank och kunna återlämna dem till staden i olika åtgärder. Det ska ju bli ett sant nöje. Så den ska vi nu försöka förädla på allra bästa sätt.
Beautiful story from Gothenburg and Parkförvaltningen, who is using the big mill wide slabber to take care of logs cut down around the city and use them to build cool stuff.
Really inspiring.
Yeah, really inspiring. Logs that has to be cut down due to the elm disease, for example, and for some kind of construction, and that they use the wood that they cut down to build something nice like furniture and stuff like that to put out around the city of Gothenburg. They are using the big mill wide slabber, which is the equipment that we offer that can handle really huge logs and with good precision, I would say. We have the big mill wide slabber in different sizes from 56-inch up to 84-inch wide. So we can handle the really large logs and to slab it up in an easy way. The trick is that we're using guide rails, same as on the F2 and F2 Plus chainsaw mill and the timber jig with guide rail package on each side of the log to support the chainsaw and the top of the guide bar as well. This gives you the best precision when you're slabbing up these large logs with the chainsaw like this. Then we had some follow-up questions on the
Bandsaw first.
Bandsaw first.
Yeah. One more question. How often would you have to change the blade on the spurs?
On the spruce?
Spruce. Sorry.
If you're, let's say that you're changing the blade 2 or 3 times during the day, if you're milling for 8 hours. Depends a bit on how much you're milling, of course, but roughly 2 times or perhaps 3 times. And the blades can be resharpened.
Mm. And then a question from Lithuania. Which bandsaw mill or chainsaw mill is the quietest for residential use?
The most quietest, sorry, I would say if you're using the sawmills in a residential area, a chainsaw is perhaps not the best option. For the chainsaw mills, I would say an electric chainsaw is the quietest of those two. On the bandsaw mills, roughly the same. I would say that the electric bandsaw mill is more quiet than the petrol bandsaw mill, but still the 4-stroke motors are more quiet than a 2-stroke chainsaw.
Absolutely.
But still the electric option is quieter.
Great. I don't think we have any more questions in the chats. No? Nothing?
Awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to be notified of future live streams. And if you need help in deciding in which sawmill you want to purchase, let us know. We'll be happy to assist. Give us a call or send us an email to info@logosol.com.
Don't hesitate. Contact us.
Take care.
Take care.
See you
Thank
next
you
time.
for today.
Bye.
Bye-bye.